Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Sons of Screens episode. Tonight we are leaving planet Earth and exploring the cosmos in celebration of the new movie Project Hail Mary that's coming out this weekend as we are recording. So the previous, release. Anyways, I am Faye, and that is Colonel. And tonight we are exploring the cosmos with some random ass flicks that I decided to pick. We're doing 1997's Space Truckers with Dennis Hopper, Stephen Dorff, and Debbie Mazar. Oh, she's so tasty. And she had a nipple slip in that movie, which we'll get into more as we get it. And then we're also going to do 1968's Barbarella, starring Jane Fonda and a bunch of people she probably had sex with.
She definitely had sex with him in the movie.
And Colonel, just so you know, you don't need to say R.I.P. when we talk about Jane Fonda because she is alive.
Okay. But you know who's not alive? Chuck motherfucking Norris.
Charles Norman Norris. I don't know his middle name. I just randomly gave him Norman. Yeah, news just today as the recording was March 20th. Chuck Norris passed away. A person that nobody thought would ever die because he's Chuck fucking Norris. I knew he was going to die because I never thought Betty White was ever going to die, and she died. So I'm like, okay, well then all bets are off.
Yeah.
If it was up to me, Chuck Norris and Betty White would be the last two people on Earth.
Yeah.
But apparently Cher is going to be the last person on Earth.
It's because she'll keep getting like surgeries and shit done. She's not even going to be a real person by the time.
Yeah, what they say, the nuclear holocaust, all that's going to be left is cockroaches and Cher. Yeah, that old joke there.
She's going to start the whatever company it is in Repo.
Yeah. It said that Cher is 125 years old, and yet she still looks younger than me.
Money does crazy things.
So how's your week? Anyways, it's been a week. It's been a week. That's why I cheers to the week, because this has been a week. Not like really a bad week. It's just one of those weeks where it's like, goddamn. That's all I can say. Like, just like, goddamn. Like, that was a week. And you're just ready for the weekend and enjoy the weekend. Ready to produce some regrets, for the weekend,
Not even one letter?
I love that movie. The regrets.
No regrets.
If I was like more white trash than I am, I would get that Rugrats tattoo just to fucking.
Would you get regrets or would you get regrets?
I'd get the tattoo the kid had in the fucking movie.
In the movie.
For sure. If you ever got to spell out something across your little neckline there, what would it be? And how would you spell it?
I don't know. Probably my son's name.
But you misspell it.
Oh, something that I would misspell across there?
Well, maybe. I'm just thinking, like, it's got to be something... because I got my son's name right here.
Yeah.
Across here, I feel like it has to be something really stupid.
A long time ago.
A long time ago. But with like 3 O's. Just
a long time ago.
Long time ago. And then the rest of your body is the crawl. And it narrows down.
Crawl? Yeah. You can't really see it, but the crawl is on this shirt.
Is it?
Yeah. Like it's Star Wars across the top. I know it's kind of hard to see, but like it's all like embossed, like raised lettering, and it's the episode 4 crawl.
There's got to be a Star Wars fan out there that's like probably a big old back piece that it's literally like the crawl where like it narrows down like that. I wonder what section of the crawl they would do.
You can actually get carpet that is like long and kind of skinny, and it just has the crawl on it. I've thought about getting those, but I haven't.
Does the carpet itself also narrow down with the crawl? I think that'd be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool. I don't know.
To angulate the carpet like that. It might fuck up the interior decorating aspect of it, but for
the interior decorating aspect of it was for a nerd.
Yeah, I say the nerdvana aspect of it.
You got to make it for a nerd.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I'm not allowed to own a house because it wouldn't look like your typical fucking house.
That's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, yeah. Good luck getting pussy in that house. Anyways,
You don't get it anyway, so that shouldn't be your
I
fault.
know. I've been learning Spanish on YouTube, just so I can get it. Anywho,
Okay.
we're this close, sir. We're this close. We might have to just randomly do a random live stream to celebrate this guy.
Okay. Okay.
Finally landing some strange, you know.
Did you already? Has it happened, or it's looking like it might?
It's being set up. Now she's just waiting on me, and I just don't know how to fucking approach it.
Just go.
Right? But like, where do I take her? I don't want to bring her here.
Rent a hotel room.
I know, but how do I go? Hey, let's just go ahead and stay at a hotel. But then, also, she's the one that asked me out, and it seems like she's down for whatever. So
Just tell her that you like your house is a mess, and you have roommates that you don't want to. Like, it might be weird.
Or I set the date a week ahead of time, and then as the week's going on, I'm like, well, my house is getting fumigated, so it looks like we have to fucking get a hotel room instead.
Probably not a good thing to start off with a lie.
Well, she doesn't speak English, so, I mean, it might work
That
out, okay.
affects starting with a lie.
Well, because if I lie to her in English, is that lying? Because she can't understand it.
Andrew.
7+ years, sir. Anywho, do you have a beer this week, sir?
I do. So this week's beer, I had to do a little bit of thinking here because I did not. It's been a busy day, so I didn't really have time to go to the liquor store. So this is one that I originally got for my wife. So hopefully she's not mad at me for drinking it. But I went with the theme, kind of retro, spacey.
Nice. Oh, I like that.
It's a Raspberry Pride.
I like that. Rich retro vibe.
It's a fruited kettle sour. Let's see what we got percentage-wise here. 5% alcohol by volume, so that's probably going to be pretty good.
See the can artwork there? I'm getting like 70s rainbow vibes to where they use rainbows for like rocket ships and stuff like that. No,
Yeah.
Hello. Gay pride.
Well, I think that's what they were going for here was kind of a crossover between the 70s and the hello.
Right, yeah, because I do see the word pride there. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see if this beer limps your wrists at all throughout the evening.
It's getting kind of heavy.
Oh my god. Nice.
Tastes like raspberry. Raspberries
schnoz.
taste like snazberries.
I was about to say the schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
Whew. Well, would you like to go through your recent watches first, or would you like me to?
I'll go ahead and knock mine out because it's pretty short. I watched Hercules from the early 80s. Lou Ferrigno's Hercules.
Okay, so the one before Arnold.
Yeah, well, no, that was Conan.
That was Conan. Who am I thinking of? Did Arnold never play Hercules?
No, he's just Conan the Barbarian.
R.I.P. I'm kidding.
I say, who, Arnold? I was like, he better not be. But I did that. And then last week on Saturday the 14th, I watched Saturday the 14th. I
didn't even know that was a movie. What's that about?
It was a random horror parody from the 80s.
Okay.
It's a movie. It does have its funny moments, but I can see why it hasn't withstood the test of time. Our friend Anissa, her uncle-in-law or uncle, some kind of uncle type situation, he made that movie. I thought that was
nice.
Pretty cool, yeah. And I told her how I felt. I was like, well, it was a movie. She's like, yeah. She's like, it's not great. But yeah, what else? I fucking braid fart here. There we go. Oh, yeah. Because not only is Project Hail Mary coming out this weekend, but Ready or Not 2 Ready or Not 2 comes out this weekend.
I'm curious about that one.
So I revisited Ready or Not just to kind of refresh my brain.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fun ass movie. I really do
Because that's the one where she
enjoy
like
that
gets
movie.
married and then has to survive the night or something.
Yeah, because her the family that she's married into, they're like devil cultists type
Mm-hmm.
things, and they have to sacrifice somebody to keep themselves alive. And since that's an older movie, I can go ahead and get rid of that. It turns out they were right. Like she survived through the night, and the people randomly exploded. And it's
Nice.
fucking awesome. So I did those. Last Sunday was a fun day for me because I woke up early because I didn't get like drunk on Saturday. So I actually woke up at like 9 a.m. and started my day.
What?
I know, it's insane. And so I watched some La Liga soccer to kick off the day, and then I watched some good old sledge hockey, the Paralympics, where
Okay.
USA yet again beat Canada
In
for
hockey?
the gold in
Nice.
hockey. This is
I
the first
actually
time ever we've gotten the triple crown there. That anybody's ever gotten the triple crown.
nice.
Uh,
Yeah, I actually was. I thought I actually tuned into the Paralympics to see if they had bocce going on because our buddy Bob's son.
oh
I'm
yeah,
pretty
okay.
sure, like he's in a wheelchair, but like he's for like the para stuff. They have different like categories, whatever.
Mm.
But he's ranked like in the top 100, I
He's,
think, in the
he's
world.
he's ranked very high in the world, yeah, which is fucking awesome. Like I've never attempted bocce, but I'm pretty sure I'd be fucking terrible at it.
Well, the way that we play bocce is not how you actually play bocce. Like we
Us
always,
able-bodied people, yeah.
well, like what we always do is we take the whatever the ball thing is that you throw, like in real bocce, like you have a set playing area like cornhole.
Mm.
But the way we do it is we just take that ball and we throw it somewhere, and then whoever's closest to it is who's closest to it, and then that
I'm
person
pretty
throws it.
sure we could take Bob's son and have him play able-bodied bocce, and he'd still whip our ass.
Oh, absolutely.
He'd still destroy us, which I'd be all more than happy to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But also on Sunday, I watched some basketball. I watched, the Thunder whip smash like they always do, baby. That's what we do. And then I also watched Wichita State, or good old Wichita State, lose the AAC championships, which means they didn't even make it to the tournament. They had to go to the NIT because they
But
fucking
I mean, they
lost.
finished second in the Americans, so that's better than I thought they were doing. Because this new head coach, I haven't been that impressed with. And then I think last time I checked in on him was 3 or 4 games into the conference season, and they were not doing good, and they ended up taking second in the conference.
Yeah, yeah. I was surprised too. I was surprised they even made. Yeah, I was surprised they made the conference championship. And, but that was a little disappointing. But then Sunday night it finally happened. The Oscars fucking happened, and I watched the Academy Awards. If you recall the last several weeks, I've been very nervous about a couple of categories: Best Actor and Best Actress.
Mm-hmm.
More so Best Actress because I'm like Jessie Buckley gotta win it, or I'm gonna cause enough damage that I can afford if
So
she
nothing.
doesn't. But yeah, so like I was gonna cause like $14 worth of damage if she wouldn't have fucking won, but she won. Jessie Buckley got Best Actress.
Nice
Michael B. Jordan got Best Actor.
for
Uh,
centers.
un- yeah, unfortunately, one battle after another was kind of the big winner. They won Best Motion Picture and they won the most Academy Awards with 6.
Well, and that's what I want to see. We've kind of kicked around whether we're going to watch. Like it's been on our list to watch, but it always falls just short of like because I feel like we're going to have to pay attention to that movie.
Yeah, you would. And like I love my movies, and I know I have loyalty to the horror world, so naturally I'm going to cheer for Sinners. But I honestly thought Sinners was a better movie than One Battle After Another.
I wasn't a huge fan of Sinners.
I know, and you're a rare breed when it comes to that. Because goddamn, that's a fucking masterpiece. But Ryan Coogler did win Best Director. I was very happy with that.
That's
I
good.
love Ryan. Not Best Director. He didn't win Best Director. Paul Thomas Anderson won Best Director. I completely lied there. Ryan Coogler won for Best Screenplay. That's what it was.
Ah, are you sure? You're not lying to us again?
Yeah, I'm not lying to you now. Best original screenplay, not adapted screenplay, because they have the two separate categories.
Hmm.
Yeah, and God damn it, I'm brain farting. So hopefully I'll remember what I was about to say. Oh, the Razzies. The Razzies happened too the same weekend. War of the Worlds pretty much swept
That's the
across the
one with
board.
Ice Cube.
Ice
Yeah,
Cube
that
got worst actor.
we
War of the Worlds
watched
got
that
worst
movie
picture.
thinking, hey, it's a new War of the Worlds. We will not get that time back.
I think the only ones that War of the Worlds didn't win was Best Supporting Cast, which was the Seven Dwarves from Snow White. They won
Mm,
Worst Supporting Cast.
never
And
watched Snow
there's a
White
couple
either, though.
other. But yeah, War of the Worlds reigned supreme on the
It
Razzies
was
there.
not a good movie.
And Kate Hudson won Razzie Redeemer, to where it's she's won a Razzie before, but she redeemed herself by doing a very good performance,
Mm,
which was in Song Sung Blue, which she was actually nominated for Best Actress in that.
okay, okay.
But so they gave her that award. But of course, she lost to my girl Jessie Buckley. Had a girl. Oh, so proud, so proud. I was so happy. So I did that, and then and then during the week, I mean, it's been a busy sports week for me. It's March
Right.
Madness time,
It
watching
is
that,
March Madness.
and both and basketball and hockey and the professional levels we're getting down to the nitty gritty for playoffs. So I've been pretty glued
Hmm.
into all that. So and that's my recent watches, sir.
Well, my recent watches are a
Are
tad
gonna
bit.
be paused because I gotta pee.
We'll be right back.
Well, we're back.
Oh my goodness!
Don't know why I got so excited, but yeah.
It happens.
Oh, oh my God, John Travolta. Okay.
Well, before I do my recent watches, I'll go ahead and rate the beer. I'm gonna give it right at
Yeah.
the middle, 2.5. Like it was very raspberry flavory.
I
Like
say you pumped that down pretty quick, so that means that
it's not
it's
bad.
not like it was a bad flavor, like to where you're like,
Right.
ah.
It was. I mean, it was a sour. So like, if you like sour, if you like raspberry, you're gonna like it. Nothing, nothing great or bad about it. Just right down the middle for me.
And I don't see sours ever getting below like a 2.5 because they're generally always around the same. It's the same kind of like flavor, aftertaste type of style, You
Yep.
power through it. Unless you're really picky about a certain like fruit flavor, and then I
Yeah.
can see it getting low. But
Yeah. Like if you don't like your raspberries, you're not gonna like that because it literally tastes like raspberry.
nice, nice.
And raspberries inherently are sour. So like, I get it. Not bad. Just not great.
Fair enough.
Nothing
And
stood
hopefully you
out
don't get
about
in
it.
trouble for drinking it.
Well, I'll buy her another one if I do. Unless, well, that could have been a seasonal. I don't know.
We'll see. At your funeral. Anyways.
Yeah. All right. So as we mentioned last week, we did purchase the other three Jason movies that we didn't already own.
Hmm.
So we watched Jason X.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Jason Goes to Hell was also in that pack, and my wife watched that, which I'm glad she watched it without me because I don't care if I ever see that movie again.
You didn't like Jason Goes to Hell, huh?
Jason's not in it.
I understand that complaint, but I still enjoyed the journey that we went through on that one. I see the
Like
idea.
I will watch it. I would have watched it again because she. I think my wife hadn't seen either of any of those three.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she watched that one. I don't remember what night it was, but then I watched Jason X. Actually, she probably watched it while we were recording because it was the very next day that we watched Jason X. Then we
But do you
watched.
see my point with Jason X, where it's like it's a goofy sci-fi space movie, but they're also kind of trying to be like as serious when it comes to as serious as you can be for a Friday the 13th type movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost wishing they would have went full fucking ridiculous space with that one.
Yeah,
I mean, they kind of did. 'Cause, I mean, I did love the look of Uber Jason, but
the nano bots or ants or whatever they call them.
yeah. In the horror community, that's Uber Jason.
Yeah, he was credited as Uber Jason.
Oh, really? Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't read the credits, but makes sense. But it's just weird using the word Uber now because that's a taxi. Yeah. So.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
So
But anyways.
we watched that one, and we watched Freddy versus Jason.
Damn.
I enjoyed that movie a lot.
Fucking
And
damn.
then I also watched a revisit for me, but one that I have not seen in a very, very long time, and I didn't really remember anything about it. Was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I try to watch that around every Thanksgiving.
So I ended up purchasing that because we found. So I bought a few things on Voodoo this week. So I bought the complete series of Bitten with Laura Vandervoort.
Nice.
Bought that, and then I bought the Clerks 2 pack. The Clerks 2 and 3 were in a bundle for like $8. So I was like, well, I know I'm gonna have to watch that before long, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy that. But Clerks 1 was still like $15. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna hold off on that one. And then I was looking at I think it was a 3 for 15 pack, and Clerks was in that. So I was like, I can pay $5 for it. So I got Clerks, I got Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and then one other one I don't remember. So I've got all three Clerks movies now on able to watch.
Oh, so you randomly, not accidentally, but just like sporadically got all three Clerks movies now.
Well, the Clerks 2 and 3 were in a bundle on sale for $8.
Okay. Good.
And so I was going to go ahead and buy the first one because I couldn't find a bundle with all three of them, which is stupid in my opinion. But they didn't have the first, like the first one was still like $15 or $20 individually.
That's a distributor situation there. That's why.
Right. So I wasn't going to pay $15 for it, but then I saw it in a 3 for 15 pack. I was like, well, I can consider $5 for that movie. I'll call that a win.
Oh, good. Well, now I know you're nice and primed for when I do finally do a Clerks night.
I know, and that was the thought that went through my, like, I want to see the movies, but I also was like, hey, they're on sale right now. We can get all three movies for basically $12.
Okay. One of these weeks where I'm like, I don't have any kind of theme going on. I might as well just go ahead and do some Clerks. Yeah, buddy. Okay. But anyways.
Yeah. I'm trying to
Sorry,
think,
I'm just fantasizing about Kevin Smith. Like, not in a sexual, well, kind of in a sexual way, but.
So recent watch wise, I'm trying to think. So my daughter's been just got into Stranger Things, so she's been watching a lot of that. I kind of left off. I kind of left off all the kids' movies because it's hard for me to remember to go relog Cars and relog Coco and relog Encanto. Like, just for the foreseeable future, we'll just
try to remember, like, if it's a repeat, you might as well just leave it off because we've already heard you say that you watched Cars or Coco or.
I think I watch Cars about 4 times a week. So.
Yeah. I had to go through that same shit with Toy Story with my kid.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love that he loves these movies. I love that he's loving movies. But I don't need to let you guys know that I've rewatched something for the...
Right. Yeah, that's my point. Yeah. It doesn't have to be in a recent watch every week. Yeah.
Right.
But you bring it up, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That made me think. Okay, because we lost both John Candy and Chris Farley at a young age. Both great comedic actors. Both just fucking fun to watch.
Yeah.
If they were still alive and they're older versions themselves, who do you think would still be flourishing right now? John Candy or Chris Farley?
John Candy.
I think so too. I think Chris Farley, he would end up being a flash in the pan and would have kind of disappeared.
I agree, and I feel like Chris Farley I feel like John Candy had better chops to play a serious role.
He had a wider range than
Yes.
Chris Farley. I think the world would have gotten sick of Chris Farley eventually with the same old fucking routine. And yeah, those comedic actors like choose serious roles, but I could never see Chris Farley trying to do a Academy Award worthy performance in any kind of film.
Like I said,
I can see John Candy going for an Academy Award for sure.
Like I said, I've seen this movie before, but it was kind of like a first watch for me because I didn't remember anything about the movie, and we got to a point where I turned to my wife. I was like, because I think she's seen it a few times. It's like, is John Candy's wife dead? And then it turns out she was. She'd been dead for a few years, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you like John Candy, watch that documentary, I Like Me, on Amazon Prime.
I would like. Yeah, I think I would enjoy that one.
But yeah, on my point though, like later on, like because these comedic actors, after we've gotten used to their comedic routine, they try to go serious. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I can definitely see John Candy getting one of those serious dramatic roles and possibly winning.
Well, even in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, he went
Hard.
like he had a wide range in that movie because like he went from like he had parts where he was serious, he had parts where he was just being the funny guy. Like,
Yeah, he had a very serious. I can't even remember what the dialogue was, but every time he even says the dialogue, I'm like, God damn, that touches a brother's heart right there, man. You're right. You are correct. Chris Farley, he's never had one of those moments to where you're like, God damn,
Right.
this guy's reaching.
I think the part you're talking about is when they're in the bedroom and Steve Martin just kind of went off on him, and he's like, well, and he's like, whatever all his whole spiel was. He's like, I like me, my wife likes me, my customers like me.
That is 100% the scene I'm talking about. Yes,
Okay,
thank you.
yeah.
I was a brain fart. Thank you. You're not as stupid as you look sometimes, Colonel.
I do look.
Yeah, that is exactly the scene I was talking about.
That was a very heartwarming. Like I feel like John Candy had more range in that movie than Chris Farley had in any of his entire filmography.
I mean, can you think of a single serious Chris Farley moment?
Nope. And don't get me wrong, Chris Farley was a great actor.
Highly entertaining.
But
I don't think he would have survived like Adam Sandler has. All these
his
years.
range just did not hold. His range is not as big as John Candy's, and there's nothing wrong to say that.
I think he would be hitting the convention scene these days if he was still alive.
Absolutely.
Like or doing this straight to video release.
I don't think he would have been doing many movies at this point.
Yeah. Which I mean, I still would have paid big bucks though. I'm like, hey.
Oh yeah, like he could beat like if he were still alive and going around to convention scenes, he'd be charging $150 when everybody else is charging $40.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And rightfully so, because that's how big of an impact he had. His comedic days. Yeah, that's a fun little conversation to spark up there. I'm glad I thought of that question.
Yeah.
Oh, and that was the end of y'all recent watches.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I feel like there was. I mean, we've watched some signs of a psychopath on HBO Max. Like it's a true crime thing. It's like they're 20-minute episodes. They do the video footage of people that are killers. They come in and at first they don't realize that they're gonna get caught, and then they end up confessing.
You have HBO Max, right?
Yeah, that's what we watch on.
Have you seen that new series that is dropping weekly about bowling? They're doing a documentary series.
They just advertised it, and I am super stoked about that. Like that, we saw an advertisement for that actually this week, and I was like, my wife was like, bowling. I was like, hold on, let me watch this real quick. They had Jason Belmonte, they had Cal Troop, they had all the current big name bowlers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that advertisement when I pulled up HBO Max, and I was like, Colonel will be doing that. And then I saw that it's a weekly drop, so I'm like, I'm willing to bet that Colonel's going to wait until it all drops, and then he's going to binge it.
You'd be willing to bet correctly.
Yeah, that's what...
You'd have won that bet.
It's weird that they, very interesting documentary series, I'm sure, but to pick this bowling documentary series to be a weekly episodic thing.
If you think about it, they're like, so the bowling circuit, I guess we'll call it. You've got the professional circuit is like each week they go to a different location for bowling. So it starts on Monday or Tuesday, and you've got all your qualifying. Like you've got they bowl 300 games throughout the week.
So it's going to be like a Hard Knocks type of thing, to where it's going to be keeping up with the modern what's going on right now, and so they're rapidly produce the episode after the week of whatever bowling thing's going on that week.
They probably won't do the rapidly produce what they're recording today will probably get released in 2 weeks.
Right, you see what I mean about Hard Knocks, because when they do Hard Knocks, it's almost real time. It's like just a week apart of what's going on. something similar like that. Okay.
And it very well could be like that. I don't know. Like, I would assume that they're going to.
If it's something they recorded like 3 years ago, then I'm gonna be like, why the fuck did you turn it into an episodic thing and not just
Not
drop
just a
it all at
documentary.
once? Yeah.
And who's the like director or producer? Like, it was a big name. I can't remember. Was it Adam Sandler?
I saw that there was some kind of name behind it that was gonna.
Like, there was a big name that was producing or directing or something.
I mean, I'm completely wrong, but I would love for it to be Woody Harrelson, just because
I know it's not him because I would have remembered that name.
Something that makes sense,
Right.
That's what I'd be.
But no, like, I'm excited to go watch that.
Or
and
Jeff Bridges, that'd be cool.
Right. Well, and like, as we're talking about this, so literally in 3 weeks I will be at Nationals. So we're gonna be taking a little hiatus, unless you want to do a short little live thing where I'm like, hey, here's Nationals.
Well, if it is like Hard Knocks and they're recording as it goes on, and if you see any cameras, make sure you fucking get in there, sir.
Well, so the Nationals tournament is not. They won't have anything. I'm sure they won't have anything to do
But
with
this
that.
thing's just about bowling. Maybe they're doing like we got pros here, we got amateur circuits here.
But
I have no idea what the show is like. I don't know.
I don't either. But I have a feeling it's to do around the PBA circuit.
But if you see any Netflix cameras, don't be shy.
Oh, I know.
My point.
I will. Yeah. Like, it'll be one of those things that, I mean, I'll check in. We'll see.
Hey, come watch me bowl, and then you fucking end up guttering on accident or something.
Well, I'm not a great sport shot bowler, so.
Fair enough.
Anyway.
Fair enough.
So which one of these movies would you like to go to first?
Did you hear that beep?
I heard you go,
Weird little W.
Is that the beep you're talking about?
But anyways, I'm a little retarded. But let's go Space Truckers first.
Space Truckers.
From 1997, starring Stephen Dorff, Dennis Hopper, R.I.P. You can do an R.I.P. to Dennis Hopper, that's fine. And Debbie Mazar, who that's a woman that we've all seen her before. We've seen her in random shit.
And her eyes, man, like,
God damn, her eyes.
They're amazing and creepy at the same time. It's like they don't have, like, they're white or something.
What turns me on about her is that she's got those crazy witch eyes, and she's got that ball busting accent too, to where like it's like a hot accent, but it like scares you kind of.
She reminds me of the chick from NCIS, the goth chick. That's the
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're very similar. God, that'd be an awesome three-way.
Abby's her name in NCIS. It's Polly Perrette or something like that.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about, because there for the longest time I thought they were the same person, because they both had those wicked witch fucking eyes, and pasty and lanky and hot.
And hot.
And hot.
Hot.
But yes, Space Truckers. One of the reasons why I picked this is because I've seen it before, and I remember watching it, and it's visually entertaining because of how bad they did the visual effects on a lot of this stuff.
The square hogs made me laugh.
The square hogs, I'm like, yeah, did that make you think of Minecraft? A little bit.
100%. I was like, why didn't Minecraft make their hogs like this?
Right. I mean, the very opening scene when Dennis Hopper's putting mustard on his dog, and it's supposed to be a mustard bottle floating in gravity that he does it. Mm-hmm. You clearly see the black ass fucking string. There's a lot of strings in this movie. Yes. No matter what quality. I watched it on my Blu-ray. I'm like, I wonder if it translates the same way in like streaming. I'm pretty sure it does, because it's so blatantly obvious, these strings that they
the strings were obviously there. Like, we could see it.
Or I love it to where we're in a blue screen, green screen situation, to where like the quality of the screen just completely changes. Because you're like, okay, that means that they're literally standing in front of like a green screen and they do some weird shit. Like like movies like this. I mean, that's why this movie entertains me. Is
I did not expect to see Norm.
yeah, good old George Wendt.
Yeah.
It was yeah, his death, poor guy. Yeah, sucked through the butthole.
Yep. That was fucking hilarious.
But I love the whole cafe scene because like
Mm-hmm.
that was also a thing to where like they did a good job with that weird rotating cafe
Mm-hmm.
thing. I thought that looked really cool. I thought
And it
that
was neat how he
that was
walked in and then had to walk around the curve to get up to where he was going.
I mean, like the whole anti-gravity thing was like illogical in this movie because, like, oh, I put on these boots, so that means everything now is has
Right.
gravity. No,
Right.
I love that. But I just thought it was fun. Like the storyline wise, I mean, it's not like a gripping. It's called Space Truckers. It's about truck drivers in outer space,
This is a
and you just
song
try
that
to.
reminds me of my space trucker hat.
There we go. Welcome, Bob. And this was made in the 90s, so the future, according to people that made movies in the 90s, was very bright, colorful, and weird. Like Debbie Mazar's weird, shiny bra
And
that
she had to
really
give a 30
floated
second notice or something like that.
yeah. Which leads me into good old pull starter Dick there, where she's about to have sex with the robot guy. Yeah, it's like. Yang, 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 yang.
Tyrion Lannister. I can
I
never
really
remember.
like that villain. He
Yeah, like I never can remember his actual name because like I always call him Tyrion Lannister. Like he was the guy with
I
like,
just
the glass
say he's
eye
another one
and
of
Last
those.
Action Hero. Like he's in so many things.
Thank you. I couldn't like I didn't research. I'm like yeah, Last Action Hero was what I would have thought of if I would have thought of it. Last Action Hero. Man, he does some weird eye shit in his movies then because he had the glass eye in this, he had the robot eye in this. Poor
Yeah.
guy, he can't ever expose his eyes. But when I saw him at the beginning and he gets blasted on, I'm like, there's no way they killed him off. He's a
I know. I was
fine
sitting there. I was
guy.
like, well, okay, maybe he was just a name for the bots to sell tickets or
Yeah,
something. But then I
no,
was like, okay, he's still there.
he's returned. He's like 3/4 robot.
Mm-hmm.
He programmed his own brain, which they crack a joke on. But yeah, that whole sex scene scenario that was very very interesting. But that's when we get Debbie's nipple too. I'd just like to
Mm-hmm.
point out. I was like,
I did not realize that was a slip. I thought that was on purpose.
yeah, no, because it's a PG-13 film. I don't think
Okay, so
I
there
don't
wasn't
know.
supposed to be any boobies. Well, I don't know. I mean, Titanic had an entire scene.
Right,
PG
but
13.
like, but if you're gonna pick like, because I'm guessing in PG-13 you're allowed so many seconds of boobs, you know.
And
Maybe I
Titanic
don't
used
know.
all of them in one scene.
Yeah, yeah, because that's all you needed in that one. It's not like in Titanic, like everybody that's fallen to their death is going to be topless and stuff. That would have been cool, but
Trying to think of a
doing the
name now that
ding, ding, ding. Oh.
trying to think of a name that you could call it for it to be like Titanic.
Right. But yeah, I was just really excited to see Dave Mazars because, like I said, I've seen her in random many things, like in random TV show appearances and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. She's never been a leading actress, but it's
Well, and
definitely somebody
I
that,
went and looked up her
at least from our
filmography.
generation, is
I went and looked
familiar
up her
with.
filmography, and I was like, I mean, obviously, I recognized her in a few things, and Abby, my wife, recognized her from a few things also. And then I was like, she's been in a lot of like single episodes of a lot of shows, like a lot of big shows.
Hmm.
Even.
Right? Yeah. She's always
She was
been
even in
active.
Friends. She was late, like she was credited as the like something bitch in Friends.
Oh my god! Remind me what episode that was.
Well, now I'm gonna have to look it up again because I don't remember.
Early episode, late episode,
it doesn't tell you the episode. It tells you what she was
but like
credited.
early seasons, later seasons.
It doesn't tell you. It just tells you that she was
I'm
in Friends.
asking you directly though.
Let me go find her again. Hold on.
It's because I don't remember her in Friends. I don't. That's why I'm asking. While you do that, we're already going to do a be right back.
Okay.
Okay, we're back. We figure shit
Okay.
out.
So Andrew has drained his lizard, and I
Mm-hmm.
have found out for confirmation which episode Debbie Mazar was in Friends, because I know that's a very pressing question for our viewers.
Yes, yes, yes.
Debbie Mazar was having a baby when Rachel was having a baby.
Yeah, she was literally in it for like 30 seconds.
She was credited as evil bitch.
Yeah, cause she like I said, she's got that fucking New England fucking ball busting accent,
Mm-hmm.
and she's yelling at her boyfriend or husband or whatever while she's trying to give birth. And then and her boyfriend was the dirty pervert that was trying to look at
Yes.
Jennifer. Yeah, yeah,
Are you looking at her?
yeah, yeah. That's good. I'd love for her to yell at me. That'd be fucking awesome.
Probably turned me on.
Even now, because I think she's like in her 50s, 60s, I'd still be like, yeah, David Mazar, let's go.
I think I still got her pulled up on IMDb. Let's see what her age is. Maybe. Maybe. She was born in 64. So, yeah.
That means she is 61.
Yep.
She's a fellow Leo. She's August 13th.
Nice.
Yeah.
She was born one day after my son.
It's crazy. Every time we pull at these people, a lot of them are Leos.
Yeah.
Why aren't we successful like these fucking people?
Because we didn't
follow our dreams of the Studio Actors Guild. The SAG.
I mean,
Or
I'm famous.
in Team America, the fags.
I'm as famous as I want to be because we are now, like, I'm now on 49 episodes. Well, if you consider the 2 episodes I was in with Outsiders.
The old Star Trek.
51.
That's about the number of sexual partners I've had in my lifetime.
I
used to keep a notebook.
I don't think that's a conversation we need to have right now.
I used to keep a notebook.
So many people did. I didn't. I just remembered it until I didn't, and then
Yeah. I think that's why I'm getting punished now, is because I had my whore years. I was just a big old man whore. And I was just plowing through some strange.
I think that's a key part of every guy's life.
Yeah. Now that I'm 40, it's just, it's not exist anymore. There's a reason why I have carpal tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
There's a reason that your left forearm is bigger than your right forearm.
Mm-hmm. And only my left hand has the fucking carpal tunnel. No, right.
For me, my left forearm is bigger than my right forearm because I bowl.
I'll even put it on this episode. I recently got this revisited because it should be feeling better after wearing this for like 8 weeks or whatever. Every time I take it off, I start feeling pain again. So now I have to do physical therapy, and I might have to have surgery because my carpal tunnel is so bad on my fucking wrist. That's how active my wrist has been the last 7 years.
You probably better sue Playboy or Red Tube or whatever you
right.
Whatever you frequented.
What side do I frequent?
Don't need to know. Let's move on. back to Space Truckers. Debbie Mazar took us down a dark, dark path.
Rightfully so. Because that's a tasty treat. That is a tasty treat. Like, I'd love for her to treat me like shit. I really would.
Like, just scrolling through her, like, the stuff she's in. Like, she was in an episode of Wild Thornberries as a voice.
I know. And she's probably somehow, because her voice is kind of hot. Like, the angry, throw me against the wall and make me call you mommy hot, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Okay, I'll get off Debbie Mazar. Anyways.
Oh, never get off. Never get off.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll get off.
Or always get off. I don't know.
Yeah.
Always get off on Debbie Mazar.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm post this on TikTok, so I get a comment saying, you guys are disgusting and immature for being 40 years old. I'm like, yeah, welcome to the party, pal.
If you can't be disgusting and immature at 40, then you shouldn't be anyway.
Then you're gonna die early. I promise you, staying young at heart is the fountain of youth. I learned
I
that
still
from
laugh whenever my
grandparents.
daughter farts.
Dude, a lot of my Instagram reels and stuff when I scroll through, a lot of it's farts these days because I stop and rewatch a video over and over because it has farts in it and it fucking kills me.
Maybe I
Whether
need
it's
to go make a fart
dog
video.
farts or women farts or just
I need to go make a
farts.
fart video, and you'll see me pop up on there.
It has to be a surprise fart, like you have to fart on your wife's head or something.
Oop.
There's a little rosebud in that action. Whoa.
Might need to go wipe.
Yeah, space truckers.
I'm sorry.
My thing with this movie, I bring up the visual effects stuff like that. I think that's why it entertains me. If this was executed like perfectly, even for the '90s, to where it actually looked good,
Yeah.
I wouldn't give two shits about this fucking movie. I think it'd be fucking boring as shit. It's fun to watch the flaws in this movie,
Right.
on
Like,
top of the really shitty
I
dialogue. And
feel
all
like
that
they
stuff.
didn't take the move. Like, they didn't take themselves what I'd call seriously. They wanted it to be a fun movie.
And it's a beloved director that did this. It's the same director that did Reanimator and
Oh.
a bunch of different other like full moon features that are popular, like Castle Freak and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Stuart Gordon. I got to see him at Texas Forever in 2018, and then he just died 2 years later. R.I.P.
Damn.
There's an R.I.P. you can do. Yeah. I didn't meet him.
I'm gonna quit doing the RIPS just because.
You're not really sure anymore.
I'm not.
You keep killing people when they're like, "Hey, motherfucker, I'm still alive." I'm going to update you weekly that Tim Curry is still alive. He's still
I still swear that I heard Tim Curry died like a long time ago, but I think I figured it out. I keep mixing him up with Snape, whatever his name was.
Kurt Russell?
No, Alan.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Alan Rich? No. I know exactly.
I want to say Alan
about,
Rickson, but that's Reacher. That's not.
No, it's no. His name is Rick. Rick something from Dogma, as you know him from Harry Potter. Yeah, I'm gonna take a second here and figure it out. Of course, I searched up.
It's not thick.
Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman.
There we go.
We were pretty wrong.
We were right. We were wrong, but we were right there.
We were right there. Yeah, yeah. Alan Rickman.
I keep getting Tim Curry and Alan Rickman mixed up, and that's why I keep thinking that Tim Curry's dead.
Right. Well, no, that's understand because Tim Curry is pretty stroked out and has been for many years, to where you're like, okay, it's any minute now. Yeah, and here he is, still smoking away many years later, still going strong.
I got a $500 experience just by holding the door open for him and his handler.
Right. That's crazy.
And then I get Andrew across, like literally across the walkway from me, like, did you know who that was?
That's why I always question medical science. Because you got these people that have been smoking their whole lives, stroked out in their wheelchairs, still going strong. And then we have these like triathletes and stuff that don't even get cancer or anything, but just somehow just randomly die from random shit. Like, it's so confusing. Basically, just fucking live your life however you want to.
Yep.
If you want to drink your protein shakes and exercise, good for you. If you want to eat your cake and smoke your cigarettes and drink your fucking beer, good for you on that one too. Because there's a chance that you might be living the same amount of life.
Live your life the way you want to. Don't give me shit about how I'm living mine.
Right.
That's the way I look at it.
And yeah, and as we've seen in many different ways, you still might live as long as the healthiest person alive, because somehow these people still continue to truck right along.
Or I might keel over tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, my death is not going to be natural causes. I'm going to slip in the tub or something. I'm pretty sure. It's going to be something stupid. It's good.
Let's circle back to the space truckers.
kind of goes along with the conversation with Space Truckers because this movie was pretty fucking all over the place. And I like the movie even more that you pointed out that this is the same villain from Last Action Hero. That really makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that. I was like, I know this guy, but I didn't take the time to research.
Oh, he is in so much. Like, I even went and looked at some of this. Like, again, he's always one of the co-stars. Like, I don't think he's actually starred in a movie.
And always a villain. Always a villain.
And he's always like, he's a great villain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the king of villains is always going to be Christopher Walken, but
I agree.
He's up there.
I agree.
He's up there. He's up there. What about this movie did you enjoy? Like, was it the crappy special effects, the cheesy puppets, the strings? Was
honestly,
was there anything about the actual movie itself that you enjoyed?
It was the banter between was it Dennis Hopper and the guy. Like they were
Stephen
fighting.
Dorff. Yeah.
Stephen Dorff. Yeah, they were kind of fighting over the girl, and the girl wanted to be with Stephen Dorff, but she agreed to marry.
Well, Dennis Hopper
because he was
forcing her
to Earth. Hey, that's my fiance there.
Right. See, when I think of Stephen Dorff, I think of either Space Truckers or I think of Blade. He was the villain in Blade.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously I know Dennis Hopper, but I didn't recognize him. Like he just didn't look like how I think of Dennis Hopper.
You didn't recognize Dennis Hopper in this one?
I think that when I think of Dennis Hopper, I think I'm thinking of somebody else, and that's a problem I run into.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Like the face recognition I have for the name Dennis Hopper. I think
so like you see a picture of Dennis Hopper, and you're like, "Hey, I know that guy." Don't know his name, but then you hear the name Dennis Hopper, you're thinking of like other fucking people.
Somebody else, yes.
Wow, that'd give me a brain aneurysm.
Honestly, I think it might be Dustin Hoffman that I'm thinking of.
Oh my god,
two completely different people.
Yeah.
Let me confirm that.
It's DH, but also that's not enough. Like Dennis Hopper, Dustin Hoffman, God. And just Dennis Hopper. Why are you looking at that? Dennis Hopper's career.
Yeah, when I hear Dennis Hopper, the face that comes to my brain is Dustin Hoffman.
Two totally different people.
Mm-hmm. And I know that. I'm just telling you how my brain works. Like I get it. It's not it doesn't make sense, but that's what my brain sends to my. That's the picture my brain sends to my head. Whenever I hear Dustin,
You almost said Dustin Hopper.
Yeah.
And Dennis Hoffman. Damn, that would have been a hell of a combination. Watching this movie also makes me think of just Dennis Hopper's career timeline. Because he's done like classes like Blue Velvet, Easy Rider, but then he has shit like Space Truckers and Land of the Dead.
Yep.
But I think most the people from our generation would mostly think of Speed, him being the villain in Speed. No matter what, he's always the fucking villain.
Again, like the face is not coming to my head in any of those movies.
Wow. And from what I understand, like people that have met Dennis Hopper before he passed away and stuff like that, he's one of those to where he's an amazing fucking villain. To where you're almost scared to meet him in real life, but he was the biggest fucking sweetheart you'd ever fucking ever meet. That's how it always goes. It's weird how that works.
Right. It's like Bill Skarsgård. Like he was like trying to do everything he could to make the kids not scared of him when he was playing Pennywise.
How sweet is that too, though? By the way, after every take, he checks on the kids.
He felt so bad, like doing what he did to the kids, and like he was
because he knows he's crushing it. He knows he's scary as fuck.
Right.
So he's gonna check on these kids. Me being a full-grown adult, if I'm in a scene with him, I hope he checks on me too. Because I'm like, God damn it, you just made me shit my pants.
I'm sure if you say, "Hey, check on me after the scene," because I don't know how I'm gonna do here.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna get an award for my performance because it's not a performance.
Because
It's
I'm gonna be
fucking.
scared.
I'm really fucking shitting myself. So thank you for letting me be acknowledged for my awards there. God, Bill Skarsgård.
Oh yeah.
What did you not like about Space Truckers?
What I did not like.
I didn't like that. There really wasn't a lot of scenes. It was like
Hmm.
three or four just like big scenes, and that created the hour and a half film that we got.
Yeah.
Which they were all fun to watch with all the strings and the shitty
Right.
effects and stuff like that.
I, I felt like they drug it out a little too long.
They're about the third act, like the start of the
Right.
third
Like
act. You're like,
it
okay, where
felt
are we
like it could
going
have been
here?
maybe 15 to 20 minutes shorter, and it would probably would have resonated better.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, it's
And
definitely
I know that
missed out.
they were trying to keep it right around that hour and a half mark because that was the at that time, like, if you want to call it a feature length movie, it needs to be an hour and a half. Like, okay, I get that, but you could have cut out some extra fluff and been all right.
And it's sad how easy it is to point out those movies. No matter how big or small the budget is, you can tell. Like when you come across the movie and there's these scenes that are like, okay, they're literally time filling just to
Hmm.
make it a feature length instead of a
Right.
short.
Well, and like your Universal monster movies, they were all right around the 50 to 70 mark,
I'd
50 to
say, yeah,
70 mark.
back then your feature lengths were an hour long,
Right.
between an hour and
And
15,
but
really.
they told the story. They didn't fluff it. Well, I mean, some of
Mm-hmm.
them did, but but like you didn't really need the fluff. Like you just make it what you want it to be, and then you're good to go.
Mm-hmm. Like Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein, there's just there's the beginning, there's the end, and it's just bam, bam, bam. That's why I always recommend, no matter your age, to revisit the old Universal monster movies
Hmm.
and stuff like that. Especially if you're interested in filmmaking and all that stuff. Check those out and like look how they tell a story.
Hmm.
And if you want to take one of the stories and extend what is considered a feature length now, which is hell, it seems like these days 2 hours is more the standard than an hour and a
I
half,
agree. I agree.
which is unfortunate. I like my hour and a half films. Just bang, bang,
I
bang.
I,
Let's get it. Let's
I
get it.
like long movies. That's what
Ah,
an
yeah,
example.
yeah, yeah. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings.
But I like
Yeah,
like what they did with Voyage of the Demeter. I feel like that was a
I haven't watched that.
oh you should like so is it? I mean, whether it's Dracula or Nosferatu, whichever one it's with,
Believe it's
literally
Dracula.
literally the voyage like in the movie,
Like,
it's like a 30-second scene where they are on the boat traveling. The Voyage of the
yeah,
Demeter basically turns that 2 minute scene into an hour and a half or 2 hour movie.
yeah. From what I understand, because the Dracula story, a big part of that is transporting Dracula from
Hmm.
here to there overseas. And
Correct.
then that movie was telling a story of what happened during that voyage. I'm like,
Hmm.
well, how much did happen? Like he was in his coffin, and
They did a really good job with it. I really liked that movie.
yeah, I need to check that out for sure, for sure. But yeah, with this movie, I'll kind of give my review rating here with Space Truckers. Um, I paid it. I own it on physical media, so obviously I enjoyed it a little bit. I
Right.
do, and I like it. It makes me laugh unintentionally, just because of the
Right.
visual effects. But like I say every week, I love that line from Fanboys. You got to keep the crappy effects and cheesy puppets. That's what makes a movie special sometimes.
Hmm.
And that's what makes this movie a little special for me. It's just because it's hilarious to fucking visually watch. And if you're with a friend, you can point that out and you're all having a good old laugh and good old talk. Storyline, it's we're trying to make money being truckers, but in outer
Hmm.
space. Very fucking common, stupid shit. But, and Dennis Hopper was great. David Mazar was great. Stephen Dorff, pre the movies that I know him from later on, like Blade and so on and so forth. I enjoyed it, and just the '90s space vibe. Like in the '90s, this is what '90s filmmakers thought this out like the future would be like, and it cracks me up.
Right.
It's nothing but very bright colors and shiny bras and all sorts of weird shit. So with that, I'll give it a 7.
Oh, I was one off.
Did you go 6?
I went 8.
You went 8? Yeah.
No, I didn't. Like I held up 8.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you're guessing 8. Yeah.
In my head, I was thinking 7, and I was like, well, he's kind of propping it up, so I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up 1 and give it an 8.
I do enjoy it. Yeah. And I can put it any time, especially with my friends. That's one that I'd like to show my friends. Me being a film nerd, I'd like to like put it on and then stand next to the TV and point out all the flaws.
Right.
That's
So
what I'd like to do.
for me, like I enjoyed this movie. Like I had a lot of fun watching it. It's never gonna be at the top of my list to go rewatch, but I'm glad you had me watch it because like it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
I wasn't sad that I watched this movie. You kind of already talked about the stuff that I would want to talk about, so I'll just go ahead and rate it. I gave it a 6.
6. Nice. I accept that, sir. I accept that. And then the next movie we're talking about, I'll accept if you give it anything between a 1 and a 9 because like it's it's fully acceptable. I will not be shocked on whether you give it.
I was excited to watch this movie. Do we want to get into it, or do we need to have a look?
Well, I was kind of leading in, but I'm also going to pause before we get into
we'll be
good
right.
old Barbarella from 1968 with Jane Fonda, who's still alive.
R.I.P.
We're back again. Did you just fucking whiplash? Okay, go.
I didn't whiplash. He is back.
But yes,
So,
now it's time to talk
Barbarella.
some Barbarella with Jane Fonda and
Barbarella, Ella.
Yep, a hot commodity. Earlier, I was riding with my mom, and I told her that we were going to talk Barbarella starring Jane Fonda, and she informed me that Jane Fonda is like still working. Like she recently did a sitcom a few years ago
Really?
called Frankie and something, or
I think I remember that. I don't remember the name of it, but the Frankie thing.
Yeah, it's 2 names. It's Frankie and something or something. Frankie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frankie and Willie or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm like, that's cool because she's 88 years old, still alive. No.
R.I.P.
No, not yet. Not yet.
She made it past. She made it older than Chuck did, didn't she? Because Chuck was what, 84?
86.
86.
She's 88. Jane Fonda was. I recently looked up Jane Fonda, and she was married to somebody that. Oh, Ted Turner. She was married to Ted Turner, the Turner Broadcasting Network. Fucking Ted Turner, billionaire Ted Turner. She was married to him once upon a time, apparently. December 21st, 1937. Good old Jane
All right,
Fonda.
so this is a movie that, like I said last week, I was interested. Like I've always wanted to watch it because I've seen it and I feel like it's a cult classic. I feel like there's a lot of things that have made me want to partake in this movie.
Fun fact with this movie, I've owned it for several years. This is the first time I've watched it. This was a first watch for me.
This was a first time watch for me as well.
Yeah, I already knew that. I assumed that before I announced it.
It felt like it tried to be a lot of things, and it didn't really succeed at any of them.
Well, let's start off by saying, you know how we were talking about the shitty effects in Space Truckers from 1997?
Well, this was the 60s movie, right?
1968.
Yeah.
The opening scene had better anti-gravity effects than Space Truckers ever did on their anti-gravity.
Because
That
they were
opening scene-
videoing her laying down doing stuff?
Yeah, but it still looked good. It still looked more anti-gravity or more gravity defying than Space Truckers
I do
ever
agree with
did.
that. Like, it took me probably 20 or 30 seconds to realize, oh, she's laying down. And they're just, like, they're making it look like she's not laying down.
Right, yeah. I mean, both are. They're clearly. You can clearly tell in both movies exactly how they performed the anti-gravity shit. But this one looked better until she kicked off one of her article of clothing and it didn't quite slide off screen.
Right. And then she kept kicking the helmet because it kept getting in her way.
But literally, the opening credits are Jane Fonda getting naked, so that should tell you what kind of movie we're getting into.
Yeah, like when I saw that, I was like, I feel like this was a straight to Skinamax.
Oh yeah, like there's a lot of controversy with this movie for sure. I
don't care about the controversy. Like it, one of the things that I like to do whenever I'm watching a movie, like me and my wife watched this, and one of the things I like to do is I'm like, whenever a guy and a girl talk or whatever, I'm like, they're gonna do it. I said that like 5 times in this movie.
Yeah, and you're probably like a few people short because she was doing it with everybody.
Right, like she literally screwed anybody that would let her.
She literally fucked somebody to the point so they could fly again.
An angel.
The blind angel could fly again because that pussy was so good.
And for her, it was like, yeah, we do the hand touch thing. And
dude, that fucking hand touch scene. It made me think of Demolition Man. You know when
yes.
they can't touch each other, they have to wear the virtual headset.
Yes.
When I watched that and they were doing that weird little fucking vibration thing while they're doing the hand touch and the dude is getting off and she was like kind of enjoying it, but she's such a whore to where she wasn't really enjoying it too much.
Right, because now she's felt the real thing and she wants the real thing, not the hand touch thing.
I was literally like belly laughing during that scene though, with them just fucking it. I was like, wow, this is fucking amazing. It's fucking hilarious. Like, she's literally like saving the galaxy with her pussy in this movie. She's that's the point of Barbarella is she's saving everybody and everything with
like literally. If this movie had a plot, you just called it right there. Like there wasn't.
That's the plot. Yeah,
there was not much plot to this movie.
Yeah, the galaxy needs saving. Here is the pussy that's going to save everybody.
I'm not sure what the cult classic is of this movie, other than you get to see Jane Fonda naked and fuck everybody that comes around.
I think the cult classic later on is both visuals and the plot, which is
her tits.
Just the way she's saving the world, one planet.
So let me ask you this. What the fuck was the deal with her entire interior of her spaceship being carpet? Like shag.
Oh, that's just the result of the 1960s, to where everything was shag carpet. That's the result of the time that it was made. Like you gotta remember the 60s, like
the carpet.
Like the 60s had the shag carpet, and they had those cool ass pits in the middle of the living room.
Her floor was carpet. Her walls were carpet. Her ceilings were carpet. Like
that was the 60s. Like 60s had the wall carpet. Like when I say 60s, I mean like the party years of the 60s, like the shagadelic 60s, like Austin Powers and all that shit. The very
okay. Like
did you ever see Get Him to the Greek?
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
To where they're rubbing their face on the wall. Like that was very 60s inspired when they're on the Jeffrey.
Oh wait. Get Him to the Greek was the one with
Russell Brand and Jonah Hill.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, I did see that one. That's not the one I was thinking of. I was thinking of Going Greek, which was a college party movie.
Jesus Christ. Oh, the way your brain trails off on different movies and bring movies up is just like insane. I know. Like I love it, and it gives me a headache at the same time.
Perfect. That's what I love.
It's weird. It's a weird ass drug that I enjoy, but I don't want to take again. Like,
but you get to take it every week.
But I get to fucking take it every week. God damn, Colonel.
Like, I'm gonna make you watch Going Greek at some point now because I'm gonna pair that one with Van Wilder or American Pie or all three.
Okay.
Anyway, back to Barbarella.
Well, also, when I picked this movie, you like your older movies and stuff like that. The 60s realm, I wasn't sure. I don't think we really ever talked about a 60s movie before.
So this is the first 60s movie that we have discussed. It's not that I didn't
So the
like
visuals
it.
are definitely going to be different. The way they
Right.
make a film is going to be different.
When I told my
Including a
wife
softcore porn like this
when
one.
I told my wife what I was reading this, she was like, "Really?" I was like, "Well, you got to take into account that it was the year that it was made. I mean, like
Did she think that she rated it lower than she expected?
she thought I rated it way too high."
Oh, well. I forget she is also a Nancy.
Well,
So-
like I will tell you this right now though, like had this been a movie that I was reviewing with you on Outsiders when I didn't really have any kind of basis on what I was going to rate,
right.
this one would have got a 1 or a 0.
Ooh. That's gross.
However, since I have a little more experience reading and I try to put myself in that mindset of, hey, this was the 60s for what it was.
Right.
I'm
Well,
sorry. Are we doing ratings yet, or do you like? I'll go ahead and give mine because I've kind of already started that process.
just let me tell you what Google says why this movie is controversial. The most controversial of those scenes involves Barbarella being tortured by the use of an organ-like instrument, delivers sexual pleasure in doses that can be lethal.
that she breaks the machine.
Right? She's such a sexual deviant that she fucking breaks the sex machine that the dude is fucking playing like Beethoven.
Right. He's like,
and she fucking makes
you're
it
gonna
glow
feel
up.
great. You're gonna feel great, and you're gonna feel so great you're gonna die.
And yeah, and that was supposed to be like almost like a kind of like a torture device for her, and she fucking blew it up herself. And she's like, "Is that all you got? This pussy can take it." You know,
right?
No, and
So,
before
like,
you
I'm
rate
not-
it, I can see where you're going. I can
I'm
clearly
not
see it. I
trying
know it's low.
I'm not
understand.
trying to cut it short. Like we can continue talking about it, but since I've already kind of started giving my rating, like my rating's not going to change based off our conversation, so we can continue on before you give yours.
Right. No, I was just saying before you get ready, I understand why you're going. Like before we
Hold
started, I
on.
was like, I'll
Hold on.
completely understand if you give it a dumpster fire. Or
What do you think it's going to be?
Well, I think it's gonna. Oh, I gotta hold it up.
Yep.
Okay, I held it.
All right. So
I held it with one hand. Is that a...
it's not going to be that.
I was gonna say bullshit.
So at the end of the day, knowing that this movie was made in the 60s, visually there was a lot of things that I thought they did really well for it being the 60s.
And when they made it, they weren't taking it serious at all. It was kind of a Skinemax before Skinemax was a thing type of situation.
I ended up giving this movie a 4.
Oh,
So it's not going to be one that I'm going to go out of my way to watch again. I don't really
that was-
want to watch. I don't want to watch it again, but I'm not going to not watch it again.
I get it. I mean, like my argument is like the visuals fun. She's flying around, and this movie makes me feel like I'm watching a video game. To where each level, she's got to go into this realm. She's got to fuck somebody, and then to advance
Right.
to the next
So-
level.
So had this movie been made in the 90s or later, it would have been a 1 or a 0.
Well, we had a lot more boobies if it would have been made in like.
I
the
agree,
90s.
but like it literally would have like. To me, I tried to kind of gauge it. How did I look at the original Star Trek?
Right.
Because the visuals I felt like were kind of similar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I
Which for me personally, I love watching the old '60s sci-fi like that.
Mhm.
Just kind of see the set design, what the thought
Right.
process is. This was like it was kind of like Star Trek, but with a whore. It's
Right. Well, Star Trek had a whore because Kirk and like William Shatner as
well,
Kirk.
Captain Kirk was a whore. Yeah, a female whore. A female whore was.
Right.
Yeah,
It's like they
yeah.
tried to
Captain
take Star
Kirk
Trek. I
banging
don't know.
every
I don't remember
fucking.
if it was the original Star Trek or this that came out first, but like the original Star Trek, it felt like they tried to take that as being Barbarella, but she's gonna get naked and fuck
Well,
everybody.
this movie's made in '68, so the sci-fi craze was pretty big at the time. So I think they tried it because like there was a lot of serious sci-fi films that came out around the same time.
Hmm.
These filmmakers, and Jane Fonda was known as kind of like a sex icon. Like she was, what like Sabrina Carpenter or what's the bitch
Sydney
that we talk
Sweeney,
about every week? Yeah, Sydney Sweeney. She was
hmm
that of that era. So
Alexander
people
Daddario.
people wouldn't watch it because we're like, oh, we get Jane Fonda all up in this bitch, and we
Yeah,
get a sci-fi touch to it, to which was a very popular genre back then.
like for
I
me, for me knowing that it was in the was '60s, I felt like it was a very good '60s performance. I guess I'll say.
somehow, someday, some way, like I'm not gonna sit there and pick 60 movies all the time, but if you can like revisit 60 sci-fi and
Hmm.
find one that you really love,
Lost
let
in
me
Space.
know what that movie is. Not Lost in Space. Fuck that.
That's a
That's a
TV show.
TV show, by
I
the
know,
way.
but
Yeah.
I loved Lost in Space.
Find a movie. Find a movie.
Give me to find a '60s movie that was sci-fi that I loved.
Yes.
Okay.
And but okay, and like I said, this is my first time watch too with Barbarella.
Yeah.
Even though I've owned this movie for many fucking years, it's just collected dust on my goddamn shelf. I think it was on sale, and it was through Arrow. I'm like, oh, I love Arrow releases.
Hmm.
I'll fucking go ahead and pick this up for cheap because
Did
I've
you
heard the
watch
name
any of the
Barbarella
special
before.
features? Was there special features with you?
I haven't watched any special features. Yeah, there's a second disc that's nothing but special features, and I wish I would have watched
I'd be
them.
curious to hear some of your thoughts on some of the special features.
I'd be curious what some of the special features are because like it's like they were recently recorded, so like these people that made the film themselves or
Hmm.
were involved or whatever can also be like, okay, yeah, the movie sucks, but this was our idea. This is what we were going for.
I felt like the plot lacked a lot.
Right. Well, I wasn't expecting a plot at all, honestly.
You were
I got
expecting.
I was getting more of a plot than I thought. Like I was just like expecting her to go, I'm saving the galaxy with my tits.
I literally turned to my wife because we watched Barbarella before Space Truckers, and I turned to my wife 10 minutes into Space Truckers. I was like, I think there's already more plot in this movie than there was in Barbarella.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. And both these movies didn't have a plot at all. My whole point to even picking these movies was because they were visually
For
both of
for
them
their
could
time.
strike a conversation, and
Yeah.
visually they could both strike a conversation. You know, very very interesting to see how films were made back then,
Hmm.
and '97. I mean, like goddamn, Space Truckers should have been more well made, but since it wasn't, it was a better movie.
Right.
Because watching this, I am glad that I own it. I did enjoy Barbarella. It's not gonna be one I'm gonna watch by myself again, but if I'm like with a friend or something, like, hey, you should check out this old classic Jane Fonda film.
Mhm.
I might recommend it. And the blind angel dude, I'm like, dude, he could have plowed so many different females throughout this movie because like
Yeah.
he was getting offered his whole bullshit like we are love, we don't give love or whatever the fuck he was saying.
Hmm.
I'm like, dude, you stupid ass. You're pissing me off. Fuck these people. Like literally, like fucking rail them. Let's go. Like I would love to have a time machine and go back to like the 50s and 60s. It'd be so easy to get laid, for one.
Oh yeah.
And if I bring in my freaky, nasty ass head to the 50s and 60s, oh, that's going to be a good time.
Hmm.
Jane Fonda's head would explode. But, but overall, I'm just going to. I was wondering if I was going to give which one's going to be higher. I'm going to go. I'm going to go 6 with Barbarella. Is that what you're holding up? Oh yeah, your thumb. Yeah, 6 Barbarella. It's just 1 point below Space Truckers. Either way, it was an interesting double feature, I would say.
It was not a disappointing double feature. I'll tell you that. Like, I'll be honest with you. With Barbarella, had I put on my normal watching movie hat, wasn't really impressed. But taking that hat off and putting on my, hey,
Considering the movies that we've watched over the last year plus,
I need to review the movie. Also understanding when it was released.
It's okay to love bad. It's okay to love shit. Right. That's the whole point here. Yeah, that's kind of my thing.
And that is why my wife was like, "You're really gonna give this a 4?" I was like, "Oh."
Did Abby put it in the fire?
She was not impressed by it at all.
I'm not surprised. I'm never surprised by her after she said that she hates Halloween 3. So I'll never be surprised by her hatred. I'll be more surprised than when she likes a movie. She's almost like a female farmer, to where she hates movies more than she enjoys them.
I think it's just that she hates a lot of the movies that you pick.
That's the thing, though. So we love a lot of the same shit too. That's what's mind-boggling about it. I'll have to give her a lesson. Anyway, so
I think that does bring us.
This episode.
I was gonna say that brings us to the picks for next week.
Yes.
So, in remembrance of Mr. Chuck Norris, who we never thought would die because Father Time, I thought, was scared of Chuck Norris.
He was making me believe that immortality was possible. Apparently it's not.
So, next week we're going to do a little Earth Downs, and we're going to do Code of Silence and Silent Rage.
I love when you told me those titles, you didn't realize that the word silent or a form of it was in both titles.
Silence connection.
Code of Silence, Silent Rage. Okay. 2 movies I hadn't even heard of before. I've never been a deep dive into Chuck Norris. I've always appreciated Chuck Norris.
Code of Silence is the one that I think I've seen before. I haven't seen a Chuck Norris movie in so long, other than Sidekicks, a year ago. Code of Silence I think I've seen, but I don't remember it. So like both of these are going to be almost first watches for me, because I know I haven't seen Silent Rage, but I feel like
will be first watches for me, and I'm excited for it.
So.
Because as you know, I'm an action junkie, and I love the action icons that we've grown up with. Even the B-rated action, these
are our 2 picks. I feel like I'm probably going to watch some more Chuck movies this week as well. So
I'll just wait and see what my groove is during the week, if I'm going to deep dive into some Chuck or not. But yeah, I'm definitely down to check out some more Chuck Norris, because I deep dive into Sylvester, of course, because he's my favorite actor. I deep dive into Arnold. I deep dive into Jean-Claude. I even deep dive into Steven Seagal, and he's a fucking piece of shit. But I still deep dive into. I've never deep dived into Chuck, though.
I'll be honest with you. From what I remember growing up, he had.
I only know Invasion USA and a couple other ones.
What I'll say is that most of his movies, I feel like Jason Statham is Chuck Norris reincarnated, because Chuck Norris always had kind of the same stigma in his movies. But he was the most...
At a certain point in his career, he was known as this guy that's always going to do these type of movies.
It's going to be the same kind of movies, but it's...
I feel like when I watch the movies, they're going to be exactly like the movies that I know Chuck Norris.
Right. Like, you're going to be like, oh, I know this movie. I know what's going to happen. But it's going to be a little bit different here and there. And you're going to be, oh, yeah.
It's going to be a damsel in distress, and he's going to come to save the day while he kicks people in the face. Yep. It's going to be good.
I think that's why I like the Jason Statham movies so much, because I feel like that
growing up, that's why I love Jason Statham, because we each generation passes, we still get that one action guy that's going to do the same fucking shit over and over. But we need those for every generation.
Absolutely. And like Chuck Norris, like I loved every one of his movies that I watched growing up. I don't remember what happened in all of them, but I remember loving them as I was growing up.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to watch the movies because I've never deep dived into Chuck Norris before. So.
I hope you deep dive into Chuck Norris this week because there's a lot of other great movies like Delta Force, the one you mentioned earlier, like
Invasion
I would say
USA. Yeah.
I would say that he's probably got 7 to 10 movies that are worth a watch.
He went under the radar because at the same time we had these other massive action stars like Schwarzenegger, Stallone, and Van Damme, and Seagal, and all these people. You know.
And Chuck Norris was the kung fu guy, the white kung fu guy.
Yeah.
That didn't
He's in my Bruce Lee collection. The Way of the Dragon. That's a great scene. All they did is kick the whole time in that scene.
Roundhouse kick.
No, just a bunch of fucking little quick kicks right beside each other's heads. And The Way of the Dragon between Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris. Still a great scene, but that's all they fucking do.
I bet that's one of your recent watches next week.
Baby.
Well, I've been
I've been Faye, and same tard time, same tard channel.
Okay, Batman.
But I said tard because we're retarded.
You can't take the tard out of the retard.
But we can read. We'll figure out. We might be onto a sign off there when it comes to retards. But until we figure that out, see you next time.
Bye.